we have a resident expert here. We're looking at group 1 metals, lithium, sodium, potassium, residuum, and lithium.
Put that in my face.
Right, miss, hang on, are you about to...
I'll give you a warning, I've got to block the oil off, okay?
Oh, I'll edit it afterwards.
It's going to be in here when I do it. Right, these things are stored under oil, okay? Because they will react with atmospheric water, okay? So that's lithium, it's dark. Now, I'm going to get the oil off first, and when I block the lithium, it doesn't change shape, okay? Now, you're going to be listening for what happens in this little pot. Right, here we go. So this is lithium. This is the top of our little list of... Oh, wait, hold on. It's beginning to block it. Oh, it didn't block it officially.
Oh, it's swimming.
Yeah, it's swimming. So we've got this little part.
It's floating.
Doing
no, it's swimming.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit of smoke.
I thought it started to glow.
Ah.
That was a different one.
Right, so that's lithium. Didn't do a huge amount of it. So that's a dark grey metal one, okay? And it's just floating on the top. So one thing about group 1 metals, they're low in density, they're lower than water. Right, now this is sodium, okay? I know the pot's a bit manky. We have grey bits of metal in there, okay? So we've gone down to second row, okay? The thing that's causing the hiss is the hydrogen that's being generated. Right, so... Here we have a bit of it.
Good.
Now what's interesting about sodium is that I have just flattened it. I've just flattened a piece of metal. Okay? It's a very, I know, I'm really horrible to sodium. It's a very soft piece of metal that when I just blot it to get the oil off, it is now a flat piece of metal. Okay? So, let's make sure there's nothing on the tongue so it doesn't stick. Okay? The last 2 groups, I managed to flick sodium onto the bench and not in the water. Right, there we go.
Easy.
It's such a tiny piece that, yeah, why don't you put loads on it?
You'll get close. You'll understand when I do this one in a moment. They're tested all right.
Oh, this was going to be the biggest.
You can't see it on your camera.
Can I get right?
You see the explosion.
You'll see the next one.
Yeah, it's better.
Right, okay. What happened there? The reaction between metal and water is sufficient to release enough energy to make the sodium molten. Okay, I put it in a flat piece of metal. We now had a sphere of metal that tracked along the surface of the water. Okay? The fizz, once again, that you heard, was hydrogen being released. And then when it got to the end of its reaction, it's got to be the size of a poppy seed, and then that's when it's doing its demented bead there, where it's whizzing round the top. Okay? So, we've gone down 1 row, and it was a more vigorous reaction. There was more sort of vigorous movement across the surface of the water. Right, so potassium, gone down again, we anticipate to be a little bit better. Right, here we go. So once again, it's a pale grey metal. Once again, it's stored under oil, so it doesn't spontaneously react with atmospheric water or any other little thing. So once again, it's soft enough for me to squash, okay? Which is a bit of a bizarre concept, isn't it? Because we always think that metals are firm, etc., etc., etc. Right. Okay.
Why don't you put the whole pot in there?
I'm sorry?
Why don't you put the whole pot in there?
We'll find out.
Tempting.
Oh, there's probably a reason.
Oh,
that was cool.
Do it again.
do it again.
Again.
So you put 3 pieces in.
Yeah, all at the same time.
Yeah.
Do a drum roll before end.
You do 2.
No, you only can get your 1. When I'm meaning.
I'll get a bit.
Let me hold it up.
Okay. Just be careful, but yeah, that's. I don't want you.
Perfect.
You know, have you been in 73 and you've had the sprinkling powder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Miss Wilson, or Mrs. Wilson, who did that many years ago, when she did this practical that I'm doing for you now, the potassium leapt up and hit her in the face.
Ooh.
Okay?
Painful.
So whilst it seems a trivial experiment, and you're saying do bigger bits, do it again, do 3 pieces, I appreciate what you're saying, but I have also witnessed somebody suffering the consequences when it went wrong. Okay, it's at that stage that it went then back in her face. Right, if you could